What's going on, guys? Back with another video in the 100 Films Around the World Challenge, and today we're focusing on a film from Russia, and I wanted to focus on a movie that wasn't as well known because when I chose this movie specifically that I'm going to mention right now, I was going through Tarkovsky's filmography, but I feel like enough cinephiles have covered his work and there's enough reviews out there for it. So I wanted to do a more lesser known title that also seemed really interesting, and I ended up choosing Letter Never Sent. And I'm really happy I did because I quite enjoyed this film. Film about 4 geologists that are traveling to Siberia to find these diamonds that they're going to use to build some kind of mine, and when all of a sudden something goes wrong on their final day there, which leaves them trapped and no way to go home. Pretty conventional survival film. I think what makes this movie really stand out amongst like traditional survival films is the character chemistry, really, just a lot of natural conversations. It's a very much a hangout film. I think the bleakness and the cold nature of this movie really settles the iciness. The setting really captures the lostless hope of getting back home very well. And I really enjoyed the camera work in this film, which really helps elicit this state of madness and exhaustion. And as a guy who doesn't really like a whole lot of shaky cam, this movie really incorporated really well to sell us on this drama that's happening. And it's less about the drama with the characters, but more so about like the environmentalism, I feel like, because it's showcasing how nature is very resourceful, but also its more destructive side. And I think that's what was really interesting, and what drew me to this story is because it's a 93-minute movie and you're waiting for character drama to settle in. Because, when you watch movies like this where people are just trying to get a treasure or they're trying to benefit in some kind of resource, right? You're thinking that, with a bunch of characters in one like isolated location and they have nowhere to go, there's gonna be like greed or some kind of character drama that sets in. And that's what was like building the anxiety and the tension in this, because it's like, what are these characters gonna do? Like when are they gonna snap? Especially when you have like some of the more quieter characters in this film, they're quiet. They're just a lot of stares, and you're like, well, what's this guy's motivation? Why is he so, why is he keeping it to himself? Why is he keeping all of his thoughts to himself? And it's like, it was definitely a fascinating film to watch on a first viewing because I didn't know the direction that this film was going in. And I think that it captured this like state of disillusion really well. I think the cinematography is incredible. There's some shots that I don't know how they were able to get. And there's a lot of ambiguity to the story it's telling because you're not really quite sure why they're looking for these diamonds. Like I said, they're building some kind of mine. They mentioned something about space travel. And this is a movie that was shot in 1960, so we were kind of gearing up towards the space race. So I'm thinking maybe they were trying to incorporate, politics of the time into the story. But it was something that I wasn't able to fully pull out why they were looking for it. But it made enough like sense, I guess, to like, okay, well, they're doing this for science. This is why they're out here. But is it worth it kind of story? But like I said, it's a very typical survival story. It is told very well for its time. I think it's incredibly shot. The performances are really good, and it's a very immersive experience that benefits being watched on a very cold and winter day. I think it was short and it was straight to the point, and I really enjoyed this movie. And with that being said, I'm gonna be giving Letter Never Sent a 4 out of 5 star rating. I think what would have made this movie even better is its ending. I think the ending could have been a little bit more bolder. And while like the last few minutes have some incredible cinematography, I don't think the movie leaves enough of like a statement that it's trying to make to really hit home what this movie is all about. So while I enjoyed a lot of the journey that these characters are on, I didn't fully understand like the purpose, like I said, of this movie. And maybe some other people did. But in all, really enjoyed this film, and I'd be happy to own this movie on Blu-ray. It is part of the Criterion collection, and the Blu-ray is pretty cheap too. It's only like $30, and on the 50% off Criterion sales there, it's only $15, so that's a real steal. I think this movie doesn't get a whole lot of attention, and if you're just looking for a more survival film with some striking imagery and just like madness that is captured, this is a really good movie. I did enjoy it, and I am curious to check it up on rewatch to see if I pick and get any more meaning out of this movie than I did on my first viewing. But in all, if you have any thoughts about this film or any other films from Russia, of course, feel free to comment them down below in the comment section. I'll be curious to hear people's thoughts. And of course, make sure to hit that like and subscription bar down below for more content and more videos such as this. And I will see you guys in another video in another country in about a month. So till then, I will see you guys.